finally joined by...
Indeed, it is Ajax, and we are sitting here wondering why I sound like Sean Connery. So we're going into game number 1 here, and we got Hawk versus Hindsight. This is actually a relatively common one we're seeing of late between these two. Very close sets almost always. Usually Hawk is the one that comes out on top, but Hindsight has taken a few W's here and there too. It's me, Swordfighter, is something I didn't expect to be his longevity of a character, but it works really well.
See, here's what goes on with we Swordfighter versus Wolf. Wolf is a character that looks for a way in and not necessarily like an aggressor, whereas the sword player can always zone a bit. Got options to keep people out and keep people away from him. And then, you know, it just makes it hard for Wolf. Look at that! It makes it hard for Wolf.
And, and the fact that there's so much good kill potential coming in from Hindsight and those hitboxes, it's really easy to gimp Wolf, but at the same time, you have the reflector coming in from Hindsight, so he can't stop a lot of those projectiles. It's just that he has to call them out. The right call, trying to go for the side B, but not going to connect.
Just not the right range. Doesn't get the stock just yet, but what we're seeing here is these guys are trying to fill each other out in the most aggressive way possible. And it's paying off. Relatively low percent on Wolf. We got 0 on me.
I feel like you just described the neutral of like Connecticut and NE is like as a whole. Like feeling it, like trying to figure out each other's playstyles as aggressive as possible is just everybody's game plan around here. Unless your name is a Terrobang. Like it's so uncommon to see super passive play out of a lot of these people when they're trying to adjust how to learn.
That's why our region's so strong.
It's really hard to adjust to. I think that's a big reason why Tri-State and NE do so well. These delays from Hindsight have been so smart, like that down B to cancel and up Bs or like go for other hitboxes have been working really well.
He's looking for his way in, and also it's like a counterplay game because Wolf is constantly looking for his way in to make hits and confirms off of those. But right now, Hindsight is actually looking for those gaps and playing towards those gaps and trying to prevent it from getting in, and it's working out really well.
Yeah, that anti-air on the landing for Hawk there. Like normally we're used to seeing Hawk kind of get these great grab mix-ups, and just consistently racking up damage fast. And it's definitely not out of range whatsoever. All he needs is a good up shot of shield. He needs to bring us back to even or a good edge guard. But just watching the way that Hindsight's kind of just playing around the decision-making, it's actually looking really impressive so far, game 1.
Oh, it's a great game 1 because these guys are just straight past the honeymoon phase. They know what they like about each other. They fought a lot back in Smash 4, and they're fighting a lot here. And it's just great to see these guys are so confident in their style of play that they're able to apply all their toolbox to each other.
Yeah, now up smash out of shield, not being it right there, but you see the defense, the patience out of Hindsight. Both of them play so similar in the fact that they look for a lot of resets. They love going for things that aren't necessarily true, but that can lead to a follow-up if they get the right tech chase.
Yes, and what you're seeing here is actually you do see a bit of cycling where they're ending up in the same position all the time, and they're just constantly micro-adjusting what they're actually trying to do to each other. We've seen Wolf on the ledge multiple times. Oh, that was actually super sweet. Did you see that moment?
Yeah, that time Hawk actually realizing that the roll was coming, but the neutral B at the ledge, not enough. That up air is very strong, but the fact that neutral B can catch that up B on its way up, or if you stay there a little bit too long, like you see that's what Hindsight's going for right now. He wants the invincibility to run out so he can get one of these up airs again. It drew combos for so long.
Probability of Hawk coming back at this?
I mean, down smash exists.
Down smash does exist.
So that's a thing.
Rage.
And that down air also exists. And you see just...
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Hindsight just smiling about it like, you know what? You got me.
Listen,
you got me.
Wolf is all about finding his way in. He found his way in, put his mouth around his neck, and let him have it.
I mentioned the down button. It was just the wrong
down button, but I felt it.
I said down. We're going to pretend that was an intentional down smash on stage, and he fell off stage, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen,
either way, Hawk...
That was the kill right there.
Taking that game away from Hindsight. That was nuts.
Yo,
and he went so deep, too, that he might not have made that back if he didn't commit to that.
Yes, correct.
Like that was one of the all-or-nothing plays. I don't know if he was going to make it back because how far he went, but, I mean, it don't matter anymore because he got the W.
And that's also a great thing you guys should learn is like if you're timid in your gameplay, you have to learn how to commit and commit to the right thing. Sometimes, you know, just try and lose, make the right commitments, but then once you get to a certain point, you learn the right place to make the right commitments. So when these moments come, it's not a moment of fate, it's a moment of decision and skill. There is no fingers crossed when it comes to pro player play.
If we, actually just speaking on that, something that was one of the best plays I saw all weekend from Low Tier City was when Mars decided on game 2 to go off stage and go for a boost kick on Tweak's Charizard, where he was just dead. If he missed, he died.
He died.
And
No.
he committed to it because he knew that Tweak would get caught off guard.
Yeah.
What?
Clipboards is having a great
Clipboard's
time.
having a mental breakdown because when you delay the TL's time, you delay all of our time, and we want to get out of here on time.
On time.
You know, just speaking on what I was saying before, though, you know, Mars went for that because he was confident enough to know that that was going to work. Obviously, that runoff down air wasn't to the same level, but
Yeah.
Hawk knew that he had to try something different, and he had to do something that would catch him off guard, and that's from confidence.
Yes, and that's actually what we saw at the end of the match is them actually finding those moments that change in the gameplay where they were able to make certain commitments to close out stocks. And now we're going to see maybe a different fight here. As you can see, Hindsight's actually applying a different style of neutral right now where he's hovering around him but staying close enough. It's a different style of gameplay as opposed to poking. He's hovering.
Yes, but what I think you just pointed out is exactly what Hawk already caught on to. Granted, these down tilt mix-ups, wow, just throw it out there. The Hawk just walking, Hindsight walking right into it. This tri-plat setup, compared to the last stage where it was only a single platform,
yes.
it gives Hawk a little bit more room to try and evade these pressure situations that Hindsight has been consistently just winning on. But what the difference is now, being behind, instead of having a huge lead, how is Hindsight going to make the adjustments?
Hindsight's going to make the adjustments by, I think he's got to stick to the same game plan he had last round, is to close out the options that Hawk is looking for. And now he's got to play, unfortunately that means he has to play with, you know, foresight as opposed to hindsight. And he's just got to be in tune with this match and control the space as much as possible. You know, he's got to be alpha here.
Hey, with the foresight, got to look a whole move ahead. And
He's
there
gotta
it is,
be
catching
alpha
him
here.
with the tornado, landing into the up air, closing out that stock.
See, also what we saw here is he
I definitely had the wrong move, by the way. I was referencing a Pokemon move. I meant Future Sight. So we'll just pretend I said Future Sight.
There we go. And so what we saw there when he took that stock is instead of challenging the ledge, he challenged him in the air with his kit, which was great.
Ball to jump.
It works.
Sometimes I just know what they're going to go for because you can see that Hawk is definitely trying to establish the fear with the back air because then afterwards he could go for something like down smash at the ledge.
Oh, yes.
And there it is, catching the jump yet again though with the back air. Now all of a sudden we're looking at Hindsight having to play.
I didn't want to call it. I didn't want to call it and say he put himself in a bad position by doing that move, and then Hawk just rolled past him, and it's like, you are open right now. And then, you know, he just took advantage of it and closed it out.
Yeah,
so now 83%.
You know, Hindsight very strong at, you know, making the adjustments himself late game, but one of the things that Hawk just thrives on in general is when you have to approach him, especially in a situation where it looks like you're buried in a corner.
Yes.
He loves putting out hitbox on retreat.
It's the trap. It's the hunt.
And that trap right there
that trap
worked out
worked
100%, catching him right at the legs with that tornado.
I love this tit for tat, you know, fighting style. It's great. The swordsman and the wolf. It's a story. Write it for the kids.
I think it's already been written.
I'm pretty sure it has been written.
Actually, no, that was an Axeman.
Axeman, yeah, that was an Axeman. But now, all right, it's looking really even right now.
Wait, who would the grandma be?
Oh, Palutena?
Oh
no.
no.
Wolf gonna get that.
Okay, all right.
All
So,
right,
listen, beyond
here we
that,
go.
we're seeing almost a complete stock loss from
Almost.
Hindsight there. Getting the tech, going for the second place, but the up smash not going to close it out.
Nope. All right. The momentum swings back and forth like a pendulum. Who's going to take the stock out? Are we going to go to a game 3?
To be honest, it kind of just depends on who gets this right hard read right now. I think both of them are going to swing for something like a smash attack at the ledge. Actually,
I feel like it's going to be a setup. I feel like somebody's going to win on a setup.
Oh, that's it right there.
Oh!
That lingers for so long. That multi-hit, like you saw him trying to keep, like, just like smash the guy his way out. But once you get hit by that multi-hit, then that's it.
Yes, and that was a great win off of a setup right there because I feel like they had the hard reads, like we're carrying them out throughout most of their matchup, and at that moment they're both looking for something new to do.
Yeah.
And I believe the setup that Hindsight got one of the stocks off of on the ledge when he was approaching the ledge actually kind of changed his mindset, and then he started looking for more setups as opposed to challenges.
And that was some confidence for in that part too, because I was figuring, you know, a lot of times you see people when they're behind like that, they're like, okay, so I got to go for something swing. That's why I was figuring like he was going to go for a big swing or something like that, right? But instead, he kept his composure.
Yes.
He was able to hold it down and not let himself get frustrated and go for the mix-up at the ledge to get a solid ledge trap instead of that closeout. It was very good call on your part.
Now, you guys, listen to that right there. staying consistent, not getting flapped in the heat of the moment. Another sagely piece of advice and observation from Ajax.
I'm sorry, when you said flapped, all I just imagined was like Clipboard sitting at the middle of the match and just start rapidly flapping his arms.
Yes! Don't get flapped. Don't pull a Clipboards in your mind.
Oh my
and
God.
just fight hard.
All right, but right now, that is a jump loss. He has to avoid this. There he goes. Gets by the 2-frame setup. Good parry as well. Just opting to go. Actually, he didn't opt to reset. Instead, he's going to keep himself buried in the corner, and that's going to end up costing him because Hawk was able to close it out.
You called that out in the middle part of the last match, is getting caught in the corner and having pressure applied to you. So what are we seeing right now as far as the energy between these two players going?
We're seeing a lot more of Hawk's signature style in the passive-aggressive play. He goes for the single hits and goes for the resets. Last game, he was kind of like dancing around the stage, but now that he has a nice lead here, he knows that it's trades time.
Yes.
He's going to consistently just throw out hitboxes that are going to put him in a spot where he might take damage with Hindsight as well, but he's coming out in the lead regardless.
So far, I think you're pretty much spot on with that.
Good DI, avoiding that death right there. I think he might have... Actually, no, he's only at 99. I was looking at the percent incorrectly, but... Yeah, Clipboards is definitely a stage hazard confirmed.
Look at this stare down right now. They're really thinking hard. Their brains are smoking.
A good parry on the S-Smash there. Empty hop in calling out that spot dodge. Yeah, Hindsight.
This music is also like, this
So
is like
ominous.
a brave situation to be in.
I love good ominous battle music. It makes you feel stressed out. Oh, I like that. He waited for the hit to come back to try and catch Hawk, going a little bit too proactive out of shield, but Hawk just stayed in shield.
Yes. So, actually, Hindsight is down at stock, playing super defensive right now, definitely taking his time, being ultra patient, and it's paying off.
He waited for the right opportune moment, and you know what? You have invincibility. You might as well try and do it, trying to catch him off guard with that up B.
This is literally a game of Hunter v. Hunter. They're hunting each other out right now, and the tension is so thick in the air because now that they've seen multiple styles of gameplay come out of these fighting with each other, that they're at the point where most of the battle is done in the mind.
One of the things as well, we saw what Hawk did game 1. Hindsight can do the same thing. That down air is really, really good at gimping. So if he caps, he's already slowed it down, and he's getting Hawk close to kill percent here. But if he happens to catch Hawk slipping, like on the bottom of the stage, he can get him with one of those down airs as well.
Back airs.
Good angle on that chakram right there. What's the defense there? You see,
he's stuck in the corner.
Yeah, Hawk is trying so hard to get that back air,
Stuck in the corner.
Yeah, the moment that he got too comfortable, it's like, all right, I know he's probably going to try and get out as soon as I put this back air out, and catching him on his way out of there with that F-toe.
So all of that neutral has been putting Hindsight in a very comfortable position where he found himself into one of the most uncomfortable positions where he's ever at. Is back against the ledge.
Yeah, back against the ledge.
Hawk realized that moment. It's like, you know what? We've been doing this same stare down in the middle of the stage, but now we're in my territory. And then he had no options. He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and he has no other choice but to just try and close up stock. There it is. That's that down air I was talking about before. But he gets stuck the other way. Luckily for Hindsight, though, he didn't lose his jump in that whole interaction. Because if he lost his jump off that side B, that up B, he probably was just going to be straight up dead.
I would just say he's just going for broke right now because somebody's got to leave. Last stock, game 3, all of it's on the line. Top level play actually coming out of these guys. Like, really, no flubs.
We're seeing a lot of games going to game 3 over these last few sets, and I love seeing it every single time. And you see that Hawk, he's waiting to call out that jump. Is he going to go for the F-toe again? No, he was waiting for him to cross him up. But instead, Hindsight comes out on top. I think
Hindsight's in big danger.
Honestly, I think the way Hindsight is playing, he's actually looking kind of confident, regardless of being behind.
Very confident, yes. I agree, but I see that Hawk is just trying to mold him into a situation.
And he only jabs, and Hawk raised his head back because he realized he only went for a jab punish, but good spacing in the F-tilt's going to close it out.
That was good. A lot of tension went into that. A lot of the battling of the minds. Like, ooh. And really, not many mistakes.
Yeah, 100%. It was really, really strong play from Hindsight, bringing it back at the end. But all Hawk needed was to get one of those small interactions, just force him back at the corner again when he was making all of his bread through